You are watching the sports and political channel of LB. I'm his contributor. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. In this particular episode, we're going to talk about one consummate troll, Skip Bayless. Now, Skip Bayless, for years, have leached off the name of one LeBron James. Now, every day there's something about LeBron, whether it be something about his game, something he said, something he did, and it's to a point now where we got to call it for what it is. He may come off as a LeBron James hater, but he's really a fan. And this is why he's a fan. You can't say the stuff you say for years about LeBron James, make the money you have off LeBron, and not be a fan. Let's just be honest about the situation. Of all the things that could be talked about on TV, the one constant from Skip Bayless will always have LeBron James associated with it. Whether it be from what team he's playing for, what endorsements he's getting, whatever. And Skip Bayless admitted to this on his own show last night. In that, Skip Bayless basically said this: if there's nothing to talk about, if there's nothing grabbing the headlines, we'll just find LeBron and see what he's up to, and then we'll talk about that, because he generates ratings. And nobody wants to talk about March Madness. Nobody wants to talk about baseball. Basically, when LeBron is October, November, December, January, he is the basically, for what he said, he is the alpha omega of journalism. Like, and that bothers me to a good degree. That really does. Because now it's like almost a form of stalking, if you ask me. For real. It's almost a form of stalking, to where this man who goes out in the basketball court, and whatever you think about his game and whatever you think about him as a person and whatever like that is irrelevant. But the fact of the matter is, Skip Bayless has made it his living talking about LeBron James. I don't think there's a day gone by without Skip Bayless mentioning this man, whether it be on TV, whether it be on social media, whether it be in private when he's talking to his wife. At some point during the course of the day, Skip Bayless will have LeBron James' name in his mouth. It's almost, man, it's almost creepy like at this point, to where you can sit up there and talk about somebody every day. Now, to LeBron's credit, LeBron did not even mention this guy not once. What's up, Octavius TX? May salute. LeBron James has not even mentioned Skip Bayless once in his whole entire career. He's not even once mentioned Skip Bayless. He don't even have Skip Bayless to think about, but yes, Skip Bayless just seemed to have this crazy obsession towards him. The way you can have your your producers and everybody else go out and scour and see what LeBron James doing on Twitter or on Instagram or something like that. And then next day, that'll be the first topic on Undisputed. It'll be the third topic on Undisputed. We'll bring in somebody on the panel. We'll talk about that same first and third topic, right? And then somehow we'll find a way to put him on the closing topic of Undisputed. It's almost disgusting. It's almost, man, I'm telling you, man, it's almost creepy like to where a guy just sit up there and just monitor everything. I mean, he literally stalking LeBron. I wouldn't be surprised if Skip Bayless hop on this private jet and went to DC tonight to watch them play the Wizards. This is how much obsession that Skip Bayless has towards LeBron James. It's very creepy, like, man. It's creepy. For real. It's creepy. I mean, this is almost to the tune of Kanye West setting up a treehouse outside of Kim Kardashian's house and setting up and having some binoculars with some TV and popcorn sitting down in this beach chair just to see what she's doing. How can you sit up there and just continuously make videos upon videos upon videos and Instagram and Facebook posts about one particular person, man? This shit is fucking crazy to me that somebody would do something like that. If it ain't about LeBron, it's about Tom Brady. No, Lou, he's not gobbling from Lord of the Rings. He's gobbling off Spider-Man. He looked like goddamn old Willem Dafoe. A low-budget version of Willem Dafoe. But anyway, it's almost suspect, man. Look, if I'm LeBron, man, I'm thinking about putting a restrainer out on that cat. I don't want you mentioning me not one more time on those goddamn shows. There's way other things. There's way more things in the NBA to talk about. There's way more things in sports to talk about. But no, can anybody recall one day on Undisputed, or even going back to the time of First Take, going back to Cold Pizza, for crying out loud? When has this guy not talked about LeBron? Like, I was almost to the point I want to start a petition for Undisputed No LeBron James Talk Day or something. What's up, when you like to know? Long time no see, my brother. Salute to you, man. Good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Now, yes, Skip Bayless has talked about other athletes, and he's disrespected them too, whether it be Chris Bosh calling him Bosh Spice, Allen Iverson, me, myself, and Iverson, Floyd may or may not weather, even though that's boxing, but it's still a black man. I mean, just the disrespect that this ultimate troll has shown towards these athletes. And then got nerve to be upset when these same athletes push back, whether it be Jalen Rose. Yeah, when Jalen Rose, brought up his high school numbers when he only scored 1.8 points a game. 1.8 points a game in high school? What the fuck? You might as well pass out Gatorade, bruh. Calling Terrell Owens team obliterator. I mean, the disrespect he's showing these athletes is beyond disgusting. But the one person he's always seemed to be, I mean, just a consummate leech, is LeBron James. Sure, he's talked trash about Aaron Rodgers. Sure, he's talked trash about Luka Doncic. But there's one athlete that stands head and shoulders above everyone else, and that's the one LeBron James. And sure, he tries to ride KD's jockstrap, but KD see through the BS and ain't having none of it. KD saw through the BS. He talked trash about Kawhi Leonard, calling him number two, like he was the number two that comes out your booty crack. All because he was so butthurt from Kawhi Leonard leaving his San Antonio Spurs. That's the whole reason he was calling him number two. So as a journalist, look, he's not a very good journalist. He's not. He's not. And then, to make matters worse, he goes from not being a good journalist to being even worse talent evaluator. It's like every time we got an NBA draft, he always misses the mark on a player that he likes. And he nitpicks, and he is the epitome of white supremacy trying to take both sides of an argument. He'll nitpick LeBron James's game, but yet give Ben Simmons a pass. And then, even more egregious, he'll say that he'll have the nerve to sit up and say Ben Simmons has potential to be the next LeBron. What? No. He's a leech. This is what leeches do. They'll sit up there and cook up all this BS and try to take both sides of the argument. So you can't crap on LeBron James and yet give Ben Simmons a pass. I bet Ben Simmons right now, sitting at a shrink, someone holding up a picture of a basketball goal, he's fucking climbing up walls and all that type of stuff. I don't know who died and made this guy some expert or some guru or some shaman of sports, but he's not. He's a clown. He's a buffoon. He's an idiot. What up, Craig J? Yeah, I remember how he slobbered all over Tebow. Yeah, and that goes back to my point, bro. He's a horrible evaluator. Horrible. He'd be one of the ones that try to tell you that the yellow on someone's teeth is pure 24 karat gold. That's Skip Bayless right there. And that's how I think about Ben Simmons when it comes to his game, at least his offensive game. His defense is good, but his offensive game is like the yellow on someone's teeth. This clown had the nerve that said that Tim Tebow was more box office than Kobe Bryant. I remember that infamous episode. Even George Jefferson stunt double had to leave the set when he said that. This dude had the nerve to say that Tim Tebow, a dude who in one NFL game passed for 50 yards. Now I know quarterbacks that can get that in one play. This bastard got this the whole entire game. I cannot remember the team of what he played against. But he passed for 50 yards the whole entire game. But that dude was more box office than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant now. You don't believe me? The episode's still on YouTube. That infamous episode on YouTube, that infamous clip is still on YouTube at this very moment. You don't believe me? Go check it out. Skip Bayless had the gall that said that Tim Tebow was more box office than Kobe Bryant, and that George Jefferson stunt double Stephen A. Smith had to lead the set. I turned it off. There was no way I could watch anything that I mean that's just goofy tomfoolery at that point. It's just goofy tomfoolery. But this is who he is. And to the most for the most part, he succeeded. His job is to come on TV, say some of the most goofy, outlandish stuff that get people talking. His job is to go out there and create shock value that gets people talking. And for the most part, he succeeded. Look, it's one thing to say something goofy. It's a whole nother thing to blatantly lie. It's a whole nother thing to blatantly lie. And Skip Bayless been caught in so many lies that I don't have the breath or the energy to go through every last one of those lies. But yeah, he will say some of the most goofiest stuff, and people like me will come on and having to waste my time, waste my energy, and debunk all the BS that comes out his Rottweiler fecal mouth. But the one name he decides to leech on, no matter if he's talking about Tom Brady, or if you talk about Aaron Rodgers, you talk about Luka Doncic, talk about Floyd Mayweather, right? Always, or in this case, he's running his mouth about Giannis. This case, he's running his mouth about Giannis. But the one name he always finds a way to circle back around is LeBron Ramon James. Now, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan. There's tons of things he's done great. There's tons of things he's done not so great. But what the one thing I try to be is objective when it comes to evaluating LeBron. So I'm not one of the people that's on one side of the spectrum where I'm LeBron James, like some LeBron James groupie who at the mere mention of his name, I get in the, freaky orgasm sessions and all that. But at the same time, I'm not this guy that every time he, has a Taco Tuesday, I'm crapping all over the man about it. Why I try to be is objective. Why I try to be is open-minded. And why I'm trying to take a whole bunch of things into consideration when it comes to evaluating his place in the hierarchy of all-time greats. Because he is an all-time great. He's just not the all-time great. As I previously stated in the video a while back, he is an all-time great. And he did surpass the expectation number and the hype that was levied upon him when ESPN was broadcasting him playing high school basketball, and you had Dick Vitale and Bill Walton gushing all over themselves about him. He was being featured on NBA, not NBA, ESPN, the magazine, on when he was featured as one of the next great players of all time. And he was being hyped as that when Nike gave him a shoe deal before he even dribbled the basketball in the NBA. So when we're looking at it from that context, when we're looking at it from that avenue, yes, he has succeeded. He has succeeded. He is a classic rags to riches story. Say what you want about his game. Say what you want about where he's at in the all-time great hierarchy. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about in the whole context from how he was hyped up until this point, he has exceeded a lot of expectations, period. But for Skip Bayless to come out his mouth the way he does against LeBron, every single freaking day. And if it's something positive, it's always some backhanded comment. It's nothing genuine. It's either a backhanded comment or it has some kind of ulterior motive behind it. I don't think not one positive thing Skip Bayless says about LeBron is genuine. Not after all the nitpicking, all the this and that and the third. I mean, the man can't catch a break. Every time he turns on his TV, he gets out the shower, making pancakes, sitting down with his family, and I'm pretty sure he's not watching Undisputed because he know that troll will sit up on TV and spout all the nonsensical gibberish he will about LeBron. Yeah, man, you already know that, Craig J. You already know, bro. See, the media sit up there and talk this nonsense about him, right? They'll sit up there and throw hateful and backhanded jabs at him and stuff like that. But hey, they can't make their living without him, no. What's up, TJ Wilkins? Skip Bayless would be an irrelevant cockroach if it wasn't for him coming on TV every day bashing LeBron James. This is Skip Bayless' moneymaker. This is how he gets every crumb of his daily bread. And for him to sit up there and say that we can't find anything to talk about, well, we'll just go on the search for LeBron to see what he's doing and what he's saying, and then we'll just talk about that the next day, all day long. What? No. What's good, my G? Y'all want to donate? Hit me on the Cash App and PayPal if you want to donate to the channel. Don't go through the super chat because YouTube is taking 50%. So if you want to donate, hit the Cash App and PayPal if you want to donate. But yeah, man, Skip Bayless, man, I don't got no respect for that dude, man. None. And then Shannon Sharp, you know, I started to lose a lot of respect for him because, like, for one, I can't get over the fact that every third word, Skip, 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 Skip. Hey, Skip. Hey, you know what, Skip? Hey, Skip, 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 Skip. Skip. This what I have to tell you, Skip. LeBron James is top 5 all time, Skip. Why you always got a head on the man, Skip? How many times you gonna fucking say Skip? Pardon my French. So when it comes to these individuals, they're the biggest trolls out here. And he is the troll of all trolls. Skip Bayless is. And it's high time we start getting this. We start hitting this Bama where it hurts at, and that's in his pocket. Because the less we watch this nonsense, the less we watch this goofy stuff, the more factual information that we process and internalize, the better off we'll be. Not just not some half-wit shock jock who just says goofy stuff for shock value. That's all I got to say when it comes to that. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share these videos on your social media platforms. And last but not least, shouts out to the LDBC, Lions Den basketball community. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!